Hi, welcome to Remember This with Denise Boland. I just want to make sure that you guys know that I have a BitChute channel. You can go to BitChute and do a search for Remember This TV show, and my videos will come up. Okay, so if anything happens and this channel goes down, please look for me on BitChute. You can also reach me through email at rememberthistvshow@gmail.com. And please don't forget the fine companies that sponsor this channel. We have EMF Harmonized that make very inexpensive EMF shields that will protect you and your family from electromagnetic fields that are coming out from all our devices. And we also have HempWorks, where you can get hemp coffee, which is really delicious, by the way. I've been drinking it. I already lost about 8 pounds. It gives me clarity of mind. It mellows me, not to the point where I'm not active. It's all around very healthy. Hemp is very healthy, by the way. So if you just look up the benefits of hemp. So the hemp coffee is delicious. HempWorks also has body lotion, shampoo, conditioner, treats for your dog. Of course, the CBD oil for you and for your pets. There's just so much there. They have gummies. So if you want to check that out, that's hempworks.com/DF Boland. And last but not least, please check out my pro-Trump political gag books, which President Trump owns a copy of. He also sent me a thank you card for them. They can be found if you go to lulu.com and just do a search for Denise Boland. Okay, thank you for watching.
Okay,
now I'm recording.
Okay, awesome. Hey, David, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Denise. Appreciate it.
you.
You're like one of the first that I was talking to when all this hit last year.
Yeah, back in May.
First ones, yeah.
Back in May, yeah. So I wanted to see, what have you been up to? I mean, I've been watching you, and you're just doing an amazing job getting the truth out there. I know you're on the Dark to Light show with Laura Eisenhower. You do your own morning coffee with Dave. So just
it's taken off. It's gone really in a direction I could never have anticipated.
Right.
You got to remember, just what is it? 2019 December is when I quit drinking, and then the world just opened up for me. But
congratulations, by the way. You're
yeah.
How many days has it been since you had your last drink?
A year and a month.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
I hope there comes a point where I just stop like paying attention to that. So I'm counting not so much the days, but definitely the weeks now. After when I was coming up in a year, I was already like, it's crazy how you just don't crave it anymore.
You don't have the desire. That's amazing.
There's times where I'm like having an Italian meal and I could drink a wine.
Right.
But I'm like, man, I know where this leads. I mean, I could probably do that for a few months. Then it's going to lead to like 2-3 shot of tequila here, and then I'm back on there I go again. So I just stay away from it. It's just better for me. Just for me.
That's very smart.
It's just easier for me. And really, since I quit, the first part of the year of 2020 was very hard with my father being in the hospital. Oh boy, that was really rough time of my life.
Some challenge, right?
And then after that, just things started happening. And I think 2021 is going to be an interesting year. I think the next few months are going to be really telling.
Oh, I think so too. I totally agree.
Yeah, like I think it's going to be a lot of information is going to start leaking out, coming out. I think, I mean, if you're paying any bit of attention, you can see the military's in charge. You can see everything that's happening is just theater.
Yep.
And it's almost comical to watch this guy sign one executive order after another. Like, who's the dictator now?
I know. Well, the thing is, like, the people that are red pilled, we see it, we know what's going on, but now we got to get the others to see it, and I think they're starting to see it. I mean, look at all those executive orders putting people out of work, like just all these crazy.
It's ridiculous. Hiring insulin. I mean, they're like, what the hell's going on here? But I think this is on purpose, and it's all happening the way it should. Look at other governments all around the world are being toppled right now, being taken down.
That's right.
That's not a coincidence. It's mathematically impossible for all this just to be happening.
Yep.
And people are being arrested. I personally think, from what I can see, the Capitol is a prison. It's an absolute prison. They're probably doing the military tribunals there.
Yeah. I've
there's
heard
no
that.
doubt. I mean, I'm watching this. I'm like, I'm not blind. I'm not deaf, and I'm not dumb. So I'm looking at this going, yeah, this is staring at me right in the face. And I think it's all happening covertly while Biden is pretending to be president. So
Right.
it falls under his watch and to limit the civil unrest. I think when things start coming out, that's why they have all the troops there. It's being shown that we are the military and we are running the show.
That's right. Oh no, I
You know?
totally agree. I totally agree with that. And now look at the irony. Say we weren't red pilled, right? To, for the average person that doesn't know what's going on, look at the irony. How hard did the left fight not to put that wall up? Against walls. Walls are immoral, right? What did Pelosi say? Walls are immoral. What's around the Capitol now?
Yeah, with wire, razor
Thank you.
wire, yeah, and there's
Yes, yes.
multiple fences, multiple walls in there. So, but to me, that's a prison. I mean, I
Yes.
wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I'm gonna say it. They're probably, I'm just gonna say it. They're doing the military tribunals there. There's no question in my mind.
I believe that too.
Yeah, there's
If
no
you
question
saw
in
the
my
way
mind.
they
This
put
is
the
too
fencing
obvious.
up, I don't know if you noticed the way they put the fencing up. They put it facing outward, so you
Yeah.
can't climb out from the inside.
Right, and
You
these
climb in,
people,
you can't get out.
what they did was a heinous, it was treason. It was absolute high
Totally.
level treason. And sorry, you should know better. You want to
Sure.
screw over the president, screw over the American people. Well, you're getting what's coming to you.
Sure.
And you want to be a traitor to your country and to our freedoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most likely it's a death penalty. So you should have thought about that before you were selling out Donald Trump. Sorry,
Yep.
because he's the guy that's laying down the law. And I believe that this is not going to be at that level. I think they're working at that level now, but it's going to go all levels, and it's going to be when these unsealed indictments come out and everything gets done. It's going to be people that are mayors, city representatives,
yeah.
locals. They're all going down.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know people in El Paso that are friggin' guilty. And see ya, bye. I'm not going to be sorry you're gone.
Yeah.
Like, see you later.
No,
You
like
want to play
even,
that game, you better you want
Sure.
to pay that game, you got to pay the price.
Sure. I mean, look at the Democrat governors. I mean, how many people died because of the COVID,
Right.
putting them, especially here in New York. Cuomo put them in the nursing homes, and now they just found out the numbers that were originally reported were a lot lower than
Right.
the amount of people died was like 50% more.
Right. It's funny how it's all coming out right now.
Yeah.
This is all tactics,
Everything
man.
comes out.
Trump's a brilliant chess player. He's a genius. The people behind him are geniuses.
Yep.
This, to me, I'm watching this just going, okay, well, I mean, it's funny. It's like, it's so ridiculous. It's so absurd. Like what he's doing. It's comical. It's comical.
What do you think he's doing from Mar-a-Lago now? He set up an office.
I think they're controlling Biden. I think they have Biden right where they want him. He probably took Hunter Biden took a plea deal.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously Biden's in that. He's probably trying to save his life by, he's probably gonna have a lethal injection instead of a shooting firing squad or whatever deal he came to, or gave up on more names or whatever. I don't know. But I do know that it's obvious to me, it's staring me right in the face, and you can see it. It's so easy to see. So if you're paying attention, but people are so asleep. Like when I made this last video that's going viral right now about the EOs, I'm astonished and amazed. I'm a boxer. I'm not a journalist. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy to me that I break these things. And
you're an amazing journalist, by the way.
But it makes no sense to me.
But I know, but you do a better job than what they're doing on the left. Well,
but these people went to school for this.
They don't research anything. Exactly.
No,
they just take something and run with it. We do our
But
research.
they also don't have a backbone. People are hypnotized into being sheep.
Yeah.
And they don't want to stand out. They don't want to put their ass on the line. And I did that as a fighter. So that's the main component. You got to take risks.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. And so when I put in order the EOs that I have and talked to a few people to help me organize this and piece this together, it's so obvious. And all I did was state facts.
You got the list?
People just don't want to look up.
You want to read them for the viewers?
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, I could do it over again. So everyone needs to go back to, I kept thinking, so I took some time off. I went to New Mexico and I was just like, I'm not gonna do a video. I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do 5 days where I'm just, because I was very confused when I left. Like, what's going on here? I know something's going on at the Capitol, but I can't make sense of it. I know what I see, I know what I believe. Okay, I need some time off. I need to go
Right. And
into
we
the woods
talked
and
before
just,
you left and you said that.
yeah. And so I
you
went to
needed time
Santa
off.
Fe and I went relaxed. And then all of a sudden, uh, it just started coming to me. And I talked to a few people on the phone and they helped me piece it together. And here it is. So my mind kept going back to the election interference executive order that Trump signed September 12th of 2018. Now, I know Trump is not he's a competitor. He follows The Art of War by Sun Tzu. He's highly intelligent. He's a genius.
Yep.
And he has military intelligence behind him. We know this. So I'm like, there's no way this guy just rides off into the sunset and gives this over to Biden for complete and utter communist control.
So
Which
the
is not
election,
gonna,
that's okay. All right.
yeah, it's okay. Have a nice day. It's not
That's
happening.
not happening.
And then I started looking at it and I started figuring it out. Okay, this is wow. This is the ultimate chess move, checkmate. So if you look at his election interference EO that he signed in 2018, 13848. So it goes 90 days. Okay. The first 45 days starts when the crime was committed, which was November 3rd. You got to the thief has to leave the store. So the crime needs to be committed. You cannot arrest people for pre-crime.
That's right.
If you want to trap them and ensnare them and set them in this booby trap, they have to commit the crime. So as painful it was to watch the steal, it had to be done. So November 3rd is the first 45 days investigating the foreign election interference. So that whole 45 days was them investigating it. Okay. That brings you to December 18th. Okay. So from the 3rd to December 18th was the 45 days. And that would be, those 45 days would be creating the report, the actual report of what they found. Okay, so that creating of the report was supposed to be delivered on January 20th, but they were 2 days late because there was so much interference. They were adding more and more stuff. More people were involved than they thought.
Wow.
And so it was just like a really in-depth report. And I'm pretty sure there's even components that they had to miss because they had to only have 45 days to do it. I bet you if they had longer, they'd find out a lot more.
Sure.
But so that was a creating the report and it was delivered January 22nd, which was 2 days late. So they went along with for whatever reason, they went along with the Biden inauguration because and it was fake. It was pre-recorded, obviously. And if you looked at it, it looked like Obama, Michelle Obama, all of them, Sanders, they were at a funeral. They were despondent.
Yes.
They knew they were not there because they wanted to be there. I'll tell you that right now. They were not celebrating. They were sitting there like hell just hit them.
Yep. I
So
agree.
good. Fuck them. And so that happens. And so now we're looking at, this goes to, that needed to happen as well. So he's sworn in the Bible. They did it all illegally. More of a stamp on it of fraud.
Now, can we just touch base on that a little bit? So we know that that wasn't real, that was a fake inauguration, because we know Charlie Ward said that they were airing it in Spain, like what, 7, 8 hours before it actually happened here.
Yeah.
So, and then also they showed it was a nice sunny day. Meanwhile, it was overcast, right? Very cloudy, and then there were like all these other discrepancies, right? So they filmed that somewhere else, right? I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I just know that the time that he swore in on the Bible and all that was not at 12 noon.
No, not at all.
And so they did that on purpose as well. Everything he did was illegal. So that brings us to February 1st. Now, that takes us the 30 days of freezing assets. So if you go back to that election interference order, it talks about seizing assets of anyone that has done business with any entity that has interfered with the election. And that begins February 1st. So you can imagine they're starting to freeze assets and hold finances and property and whatever. I don't know the in-depth details too much on that. And
Right.
so they've started February 1st. So what we're going to see this month, I would imagine, is, well, it's going to be this unraveling. We're going to, businesses are going to go out of business.
Mhm. We're seeing that now.
Yeah, we'll see people getting arrested more so in other countries. It's going to be a surreal experience, but you have to pay attention. I think February is going to be the month where you really got to pay attention and be like, oh, that person's not on the news anymore, or that person's not on TV, or what's going on here. You got to pay close attention. And then I think March, April, May is going to be like obvious. I think February, the unraveling begins, which it already has. We know arrests have been happening, but I think February is going to be the unraveling.
Mhm.
Then March more so. Could Trump swear in into the Republic in March? I'm not going to put a date on that, but I'm going to
Yeah.
say maybe.
I agree with
maybe
you.
March, maybe April, maybe
Yeah.
May,
I don't
June. I
like
don't
putting
know.
dates either, David, and because
Yeah.
people get disillusioned when you give them a date
Yeah.
and then it doesn't happen. So I agree with
So
that.
I'm going to say March, April, May, June. I don't know, but it's going to start happening faster. This month, February is going to be the beginning. And I think if you're paying it, you got to pay attention in February, but it'll begin happening in February. And I think you'll start seeing the steps. We've already won. I'm going to tell you this right now. I know we won.
Yep.
It's just getting everyone on board and calming the potential civil unrest, which could happen. So they're more concerned with taking out the foreign governments that were involved. That's the big jobs they're doing. And then I think they're like, okay, let's all do this on Biden's watch, and whatever happens on Biden's watch. And then we come back and we do the cleanup when he's out of there. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. I think that, yeah, that makes total sense because
Just that way they calm the civil unrest and they're able to expose Biden of being this dictator.
they have to, because that's what the left has to see. The people that voted for him have to see this.
Right.
That, oh
And
my
they
God, I
will.
want my money back. Why is remorse? What did I get myself into? Thinking that he was going to save us. Oh, he's going to, and it's so crazy because right after the inauguration, they're saying the COVID numbers went down, and they're trying to make it seem like now that he's president, oh, everything is so much better.
But it's
now they want to open up. New York wants to open up the restaurants and all the businesses, and in California, let's open everything up now.
no,
It's
they're
fake.
so,
So
these people,
fake.
I don't know, they're just so arrogant. And what they're doing is exposing the agenda on their own.
Yes.
But in reality, like I said, I believe the military is in control, and Trump is just watching in the shadows, and he's getting ready to just make his. I really believe, and I'm going to say now, this is just me. I'm not saying this is fact. This is me, just my opinion. I believe Biden's already been
I do
taken
too.
care of. I think he's under. I think he's under duress, and I think they're using him to show the people how radical he really is. And I really believe that's what's happening right now.
Yeah. Well,
I
if
think he's
you,
all part of the theater.
yeah, if you look at the Biden from today and the Biden from a few years ago, you see that it's not the same person. So
Oh
I do
gosh,
believe,
it's creepy.
yeah, and they always say look at the ears because you
Yeah,
can
the
have
earlobes.
surgery done, but the earlobes always
Yeah,
look the same. So we know
yeah.
that that's not him,
But
But
it's just so sci-fi. People don't want to accept that in their reality. They're like, oh, that sounds like something out of Star Trek.
I
I'm like,
know.
it's the year 2021. First of all,
Yeah.
all the technology you have at your disposal right now is what they give you, and they only give you crumbs.
Yeah.
You don't think at these high levels they have the best technology to do
Sure.
anything and everything they want?
Sure.
I mean, we were messing with, if you look at the Philadelphia project or experiment, we were dealing with time travel in the 30s and 40s, experimenting with it.
Yep.
What do you think they're doing now in 2021?
Yeah.
So I don't think cloning. I think cloning is a huge possibility. It's real, and
Yeah.
they're dealing with AI, and that's probably why. Who knows if they have to take this guy off and stick him in his basement and put a charger in his head or something? Who knows what they're doing to this guy? Seriously.
No, you're absolutely right.
Downloading him like a computer. I mean, it's just people just they want to deal with whatever exists in their normalcy bias. Like they deal with these closed doors, and if they haven't seen it, it's not real. They don't allow their mind to venture off and explore a little bit and go, okay, this is a huge possibility.
Meanwhile, if you look at predictive programming, they've been showing us what they're able to do in the movies,
Yes,
right?
because they have to. That's a universal law.
Remember Face Off?
Yeah, yeah.
Nicholas
Yeah,
Cage.
they have to be able to do this because it's a universal law.
That's
They
right.
have to they have to hide it in the open
That's
because it
right.
like lessens the karma or whatever it is.
Yes.
But I really believe in my mind that these people have been taken down, and they're about this much left of the swamp of just being taken down, and you know all the bad actors are going to be arrested here, and they have been. You know, where's Congress? Why isn't Congress upset that Biden's signing all these ridiculous? Where are they? Where are they?
I know.
Where are they? They're gone. They're not around.
Do you hear the reporters during the press conferences? They're so easy on the press secretary, like
I'll circle back to you. I'll circle back to you. I'll circle back to you.
Yeah, and that's
sure.
okay. And they attacked, Trump administration.
They're done, Denise.
Sandra
They're done.
Huckabee.
They're done. They're
Yeah.
done. It's playing out. It just sucks that we have to be ahead of the curve and wait for everyone to play catch up. That sucks.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun because we get to watch, how Q would say it, I guess. Enjoy the show. I mean, like I've always said, I've had my reservations about that, but I'll tell you what, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I wouldn't say I'm a full-on supporter of that or a subscriber, but I always leave about 50, 1 foot in, 1 foot out because I don't want to come off like I'm part of a cult. But they pretty interesting.
Yep. Oh, most definitely. Now, how many of your viewers were saying, "Oh, this didn't happen. It's not real. I don't believe this anymore"? Because I got a lot of that on the 20th when they saw Biden getting inaugurated. Like, "Oh, so what happened? I thought Trump was going to be in for the next 4 years," and then they were going off.
Yeah.
You have to reel it back in and say, "Listen, it's all part of the plan."
It was a gut check for me too. I was pretty emotional. I was pissed, but that's just because people felt betrayed and they couldn't believe this was happening. They were expecting some elaborate arrests and
Yes.
Hillary being body slammed on TV and the rest of that's what they're expecting. But I think the way it's playing out right now is much better and much safer.
Yes.
And he's actually red pilling all the Democrats. So I think this is a lot, because if it would have gone down that way, there'd be chaos. And their work is not done. Their work's not done in other countries. So then they'd be fighting multiple battles. Why do that?
Yeah.
Why do that? Let everyone deal with their depression and stress here and feeling down. There's no chaos. That's cool. Leave it like that here. Take care of what you got to take care of around the world. And then like she said, circle back. come back here and take care of the when they oust them, then they can focus 100% on taking care of whatever battles they have to take care of here. But there will be minimal because by that time they're probably hoping Biden does so much radical damage that people are like wanting and waiting for him to get out.
Yep. I totally
That's what I
agree.
think is going to happen.
And to your point, when it comes to, like they say, when you pray for something and it doesn't happen right away and you're like, why is God not answering me right away? But you have to realize when you pray for something, God's answering your prayer, but he's got to work it out. So he's got to work out the situations and maybe deal with people's hearts and however he has to work it out to answer that prayer. And so it's the same thing. And so like everyone was like, well, how come it didn't happen on the 20th? Because God doesn't care about our dates. He doesn't care about our 3 dates. He knows what he's got to do and he's going to do it.
Right. And there's other things that need to happen, like the system needs to crash.
Exactly.
It needs to happen on Biden's watch so it doesn't look bad on Trump. I mean, there's just things that they've worked out that I don't think people understand. And this is high level of military intelligence.
Sure. Yeah. The deep state runs deep,
Yeah.
A lot to take out.
Look what they put us through, these evil people. I mean, geez, man. I mean, we've been held hostage for this long, and
exactly.
And it's about to. And what I think is going to happen now, I think it's going to. I believe we've turned this boat around already, and it's going to start happening. I think it's going to start. It's already happening, but becoming more open and in your
More
face,
obvious.
like you're gonna be, more obvious. Exactly.
Definitely. Yeah, most definitely. They say it's the best time to be alive, and this is why. Because we're
for those that are awake. For those that aren't awake, it's the worst time to be alive.
Yeah, because they don't know what's going on.
No, they don't know what's going on. So, and that sucks. I would hate to have no clue. It would just be, it'd be torture right now.
But
It
I
would be
think
torture.
now, maybe now they'll start asking questions when they see, you know, the left is going off the deep end, you know,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
bring in communism.
yeah. It's not gonna happen.
I
It's
know,
just not gonna happen. But they need to be shown this. It has to be exposed to them at this level.
exactly.
Sad, but it's way humanity's gonna wake up. It's a way we don't have a choice in this. You got to wait for the stragglers,
Yes.
the
And
weakest links.
they're coming, the weakest link. Yep. And I think they're coming. Um, and also what happened on Wall Street. So
Yeah,
has
that's
that
all. To
affected?
me, that's money
That's
laundering.
all part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're hiding their money. They're shifting their money because they're freaking out. They're panicking.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble.
Yeah.
It's
It's all,
I mean, you got to remember the deep state's never really been challenged before. They've never had any kind of opposition to oppose them at the level that we're seeing now, to where they have a plan thought out of attack, a plan of attack,
yeah.
and they've never been challenged. So
No, not
they've
even.
always done everything with deceit and secrecy, and now they're being challenged,
Yeah.
and they only know how to go forward. They don't know how to retreat and play this chess game because they've never had to.
That's right. They've always had
While
their
Trump and
secret.
them know how to do this,
Yeah.
and that's why they're beating them, because they're so arrogant. They keep pushing their card, because they've gotten away with everything.
Yeah.
So their arrogance is what's getting them, making them defeated. That's how they're going to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what's so great about, you know, that Trump is 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead. He always is. So no matter what they try to do, they fail because he's
Right.
always ahead of them.
Right.
And everything they try to do is going to fail.
And we need to sacrifice and like lose some battles in order to win the war. So, you lose a battle here, lose a battle there, lose a battle here, but you win the war,
Yep.
So they know how they're cornering them and doing all this. I think it's amazing. I think, gosh, it's just, and me being a fighter, I find this very fascinating.
It's like a
tactic.
challenge, right?
Yeah. That's why my mind's obsessed with it, because I'm a fighter and
Yeah.
I'm just obsessed with this. It's just,
And I think that's why
amazing
you're
to watch.
that's why you're so good at being a citizen investigative reporter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I have to figure this out.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing and now I feel comfortable and easy. I was uneasy, but now I'm just like, they're done. These people I don't see them getting out of this. They're done. And now with everything being frozen, their assets and this and that, they're done. They're done.
And you know what? Let's go back to like the people that are still not red pilled. There's such obvious things, like, okay, so where's Hollywood?
Yeah. Where's Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Where's Ellen DeGeneres?
People?
I mean, where are all
Would
these
they be
people?
Celebrating.
Where's Oprah?
Where's Oprah?
And I don't care when people say, hey, well, she's still tweeting. That can be generic.
No.
Where are all these people, man? They're gone. They're just
Exactly.
not around. I don't know where they are, but they're not around.
They're not around.
No, I haven't heard it. You don't see them celebrating. You don't see them putting it in your face. This is crazy. Like, people need to start paying attention to this.
Yeah.
Because look at the people who've just,
Very
they're
obvious.
not around anymore. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. Yeah.
And
They
look at-
should be out banging the drums and celebrating. Everyone
Yeah.
at the inauguration should have been celebrating. I mean, it's
Especially,
crazy.
what about on the 6th with the riots? Where was all of Hollywood condemning us, right?
Right. It's just, man, this is so it's like levels that Trump took these people out, and this is the last level, I think, that we're in. Oh, well, the last level is going to be probably mainstream. I think it's happening now. I think mainstream is going to start folding up camp.
Yeah, I think mainstream is probably going to be the last to go down.
I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to start seeing signs of it, big signs this month. You're gonna be like, gee, that person's not on the air anymore. Where's so-and-so? Where's this personality? And they're just not there anymore.
Now, let me ask you this. So when the mainstream media is gone, are we going to see David Nino Rodriguez on the 6 o'clock news?
No, I don't want to do that.
You want to be a commentator?
I'm not good at keeping schedules, number one. Number two, my whole life was a disciplined, regimented, like disciplined life like that, where I was getting up at 5 a.m, running and training all day. I don't want to do that anymore. I like to make videos from my living room and that's it. I don't want to do anything else.
Yep.
I mean, if something comes my way and I feel like I have the energy to do it, I'll do it. But I'm good right now.
Yeah. But they are going to need people. I always say that, like, we're going to need people in Hollywood because You know, we're
Yeah.
gonna need actors and directors and producers.
I think it's going to be a different
And
thing. I think it's
sports.
going to be completely different.
Well, what do you
It's
think
going to
about the
be,
sports world? What do you think that's gonna be like?
everything's going to change. Everything's going to change. I don't know that it's going to be
Yeah.
like the Wild West. I think before they figure it out, I think everyone is going to be, it's going to the independent film industry. It's like, it's going to be a free for all. It's going to be whoever's the best makes it. And
Right,
I don't know. I mean, that's going to be,
Yeah.
that's yet to be seen. So who knows? I mean,
right.
it's just
It's
going
gonna
to be
be,
interesting though.
yeah.
It's going to be
We're
interesting.
traveling into the unknown. We don't know, but
We
it's
don't
gonna be
know.
exciting.
It's so cool. It's going to be such a cool time.
Yeah,
And I think everyone's going to have an honest and fair shot.
yeah,
I think Instagram, like Instagram, how that platform was created, just it's going to be like that. It's just going to be anybody. You don't have to meet with a producer and have sex with them or be blackmailed to make it. You
right.
can make it just by being good.
Yeah.
That's what I see happening.
It should be like that.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's going to go.
And people helping people, humanitarian effort
Yeah,
going
that's
forth,
going to be a new
right?
thing. Yeah, and if you even see it now, like Charlie Ward, myself, you, Mel K, all these personalities that are out there. It's like that's the new kind of Hollywood. If you think about it, that's what people are looking at now. You know, they're not, people are, at least for the red pilled, at
Right.
least for people that are red pilled. I can't watch anything on Netflix or Hollywood anymore. I see the propaganda. People want truth. People want to watch personalities that have truth, that bring hard hitting and in your face delivery. No matter how uncomfortable the truth is, at least they're giving you
That's
the
right.
truth, or at least information that you can digest and figure out, do you want to believe it or not, or formulate your own educated opinion.
Mhm.
So I think that's where it's headed. And, you know, I think there's still going to be those people that can't snap out of the trance that Hollywood had them in mainstream media, but maybe they're just souls that are not yet fully evolved. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's hard for me to even, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's taking them so long.
I think the cognitive dissonance and the hate
Yeah.
for Trump so much and just being programmed from the
Yeah, but if you
mainstream
hate
media.
Trump, there's something inside you. If you can't see the good and the policies that he's created and the good he did for this country, and you hate that man, you're in serious denial.
Oh,
You're
definitely.
easily brainwashed, and you can't. You know, you just go with the crowd, the liberal, mainstream crowd. They're like sheep herders, and you're just part of the sheep.
Yeah.
And that would be terrible. I would hate to be part of that group.
Well, this whole COVID thing was a test to see
Yeah. Oh,
how they
I
would
mean, still, I
comply.
go out and I see people double masking.
Double masking now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
ridiculous.
another one of Biden's things, right? He wants you to double
Yeah.
mask.
That's
It's so ridiculous.
it's like so ridiculous. It's like how, and then anal swaps. Come on, people. You don't see that this is just getting out of, this is so out of touch.
I know.
It's like, how much can they get away with? I mean, I don't understand it.
I
I
have to
don't
tell
know.
you this. You'll get a kick out of this. So a friend of mine, her husband is not feeling well. He goes and he gets tested and they said he has COVID. So my friend says, okay, well, I want to get tested too. And they said, no, you don't have to get tested. You have COVID too. She goes, what do you mean I have COVID? I'm not even sick. Well, if your husband has COVID, you have COVID too. So 14-day quarantine.
Wow. Yeah.
See how crooked it is?
Yeah. And see, I got sick this last like 2 months ago. I got sick I had a fever and a cough, but I have that every winter. Okay.
It's the flu or the
yes.
common colds, right?
Right. I didn't even go to the doctor. He's like, well, you better get in here and get a COVID test. I'm like, nah, no, thank you.
No.
Can you please subscribe me amoxicillin? He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
There you
And
go.
so he prescribed it for me and I got it and I was better in 2 days.
Yep, that's
Like
it.
I always am.
Like
Like
you always are, yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Every year, October, December, I get sick 2 or 3 times every year. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden this year it has to be COVID.
Oh, of
Bullshit.
course it's COVID. And,
Yeah,
and,
no,
and
and-
you don't even have to be tested. They'll tell you over the phone, what are your symptoms? Okay, you have COVID. Like you're not even getting
Yeah,
tested.
get out of here. It's so
Like, get
ridiculous.
outta
This
here,
is
it's
such a
right.
globalist hit, a
Yeah.
globalist agenda. Just people that don't see that. It's just, oh, come on.
I
They
know.
trust too much. They trust their government.
I know.
Sad.
That's what
sad.
it is. That's why
Yeah.
I love what Mike Smith said when he opened up for Out of Shadows, the very first thing he said. And I love that. Why do you believe what you believe? because since we're little, we've been programmed to believe what authority tells us, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Mike
it.
Smith, he's an amazing dude, man. I really
Really
like
is.
that guy. I stayed friends with him, so
Good, good.
really
Please tell
happy
him.
about that.
Please tell him I said hello and God bless him for everything
Absolutely.
he's doing. I think it's
Yeah,
amazing.
he's huge humanitarian, man. That guy's something else.
He had millions came, you know,
Yeah.
because of that documentary.
Yes.
Millions.
That's his groundbreaking
Groundbreaking.
documentary, earth shattering. That guy kicked the
Yes,
door
yes.
open. Both our videos hit at the same time, and his was just amazing. His documentary was just off the charts.
Yeah. But yours and his kind of went
Came together in a weird way.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally. Like yours was
couldn't
like, I
time
don't know
that.
which one came out first, but
I
yours
know, it's
confirmed
weird.
his or his confirmed
I think it was
yours.
just the same time.
It was definitely a confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. Whatever. I mean, there was no ulterior motives. There was no, I had no, I wasn't trying to create a viral video. That's not what my motive was. There was no motive. It was just happened. It just flowed. It just happened. It was just at the right time, and it was meant to be.
And it was at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
Because that's when people started really hearing about the child trafficking, like it was starting to be more made aware of, you know.
Yeah.
And then you came out with that about Hollywood. And I think I had just found out maybe a week before about Johnny Depp and with the adrenochrome. And then when you came out with that, I was like, wow, see? So
is Johnny
everybody,
Depp around? I don't even know. I haven't followed him at all.
I have no idea, but I saw
Yeah.
pictures of him where he looked like a skeleton.
Yeah, a lot of these people, I don't, I'm not saying he does it. I'm just saying that
Well,
they
say
depend
he's
on it after a
addicted to
while.
I don't know. Yeah.
They depend on it, and they have to have it. It's a drug like anything else. And when you come off it, you start looking older, you start looking decrepit, you start going through psychosis, memory loss. There's all kinds of shit that I've read on it that's just like bad. Like just the withdrawals are like worse than any other drug there is, any drug ever.
Yeah. Sure, because when you're taking this adrenochrome, you're putting adrenaline into your body, so your body's not producing it anymore. So
right, and it has like, and especially something from children.
Yeah.
Something about, it's like the fountain of youth. That's why I guess they're able to stay young looking for so long and have collagen, and it looks like people in their 50s shouldn't look like that. 60s shouldn't look the way they do.
Exactly.
So, and fillers and Botox only does so much. When your face starts to sag, but this keeps you tight and looking firm. So it's
no, it totally
one hell of a drug.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
See, like when things come into when they come out into the light, then all those things that you kind of like questioned, now it makes sense. Like
Hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight, yeah. Like I think it was Sandra Bullock was on Ellen talking about this lotion she was using on her skin, and Ellen came from a little boy or something like that.
Yeah. The foreskin.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. These people are so sick, and they put it out there in the open like, oh, it's a new thing. It's what everyone should be doing. And people follow them because they're programmed like sheep watching the television, like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they get this downloads of bullshit put into them, and they think it's normal. Oh, foreskin from a little boy. That's so cool. That's just what it is today. That's so hot. That's what we have to use now. And then the next thing you know, they'll be like, hey, the blood of a child. And then, oh, wow, it's from blood of, baby. That's why, but they're aborted. So it doesn't matter. They're aborted. So, we can use them for that. Oh, wow. What else can, vanity is a sin. And then it goes on and on and on. And they condition you more and more down the road. They condition you.
It's like that frog, right? When you put the frog in the water.
You have no more values or ethics or morals, and cannibalism is like accepted. Like, believe me when I tell you, that's the road we're going down.
Oh yeah, definitely. They have restaurants, right? They have restaurants.
Yeah, they're trying to make it. You can make anything look cool to people that are followers.
Yeah.
And they'll do it.
Yeah.
It's sad. Even now, look at what a hard time we're having waking people up now with everything that's happened. Yeah. They're still not awake. In fact, they think they're the resistance. That's how programmed these idiots are. and I'm going to call them idiots.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. If they're coming after us today, they're coming after you guys tomorrow. Like,
Yeah,
hello,
you morons. It's like,
censoring.
you're not
the left.
exempt.
Exactly. You know, they're like, oh yeah, well, this is good. They should censor them because, you know, they're radical or whatever,
Yeah,
Trumpers, whatever. But okay, so what happens when they want to start censoring you?
exactly.
You know,
You're in the same boat with us.
that's right.
This is an assault on not just America but humanity.
Yes.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting that we're in this situation, but we have to be, and this is a necessary growing pains we have to go through to
Yep.
deliver ourselves from this and move on into a more positive future, I believe.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So tell me a little bit about you're on Dark to Light with Laura Eisenhower. How is that going?
It's going great. We have subscribers, and we have a show every Wednesday, but every other Wednesday we do it just for the subscribers, where we have a really tight-knit community. We get on there and we talk and take questions from just the subscribers, and we have a huge forum where we all talk, and then we have a chat room on the side where they all get to meet each other and they network and they form a family. We have this it's a family. Dark to Light is a family, and we talk about anything, everything, and everyone gets to interact. And it's been like probably one of the best things I've ever done for me towards humanity, because we've created a awesome community, an awesome family, and they're all meeting each other now and networking and creating their little groups, and it's just growing like a
That's
tree.
what
Like you just
happens.
water and nurture it, yeah, and it just
Yes.
grows. So that's Dark to Light. That's what it is. Our shows are just a small aspect of it, a small little part of it, and then we go into the subscribers, and
Nice.
you know, and that's it's been very rewarding for me, honestly. And Nino's Corner is different. Nino's Corner.tv is a little different. It's a more controversial stuff, more rants, more political stuff.
People like that.
Controversial interviews. I let everyone have a seat at the table and we talk, and I just kind of play devil's advocate, or I play neutral a little, go neutral, but so people can formulate their own opinions, whatever they get out of it. And so Nina's Corner is a different kind of style than Dark to Light. Dark to Light is more, I would say, truth and disclosure and therapy and family. Nina's Corner TV is more like entertainment, you know, controversial subjects, things like that.
Now, is it true that Laura is the great granddaughter of Dwight D. Eisenhower?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, she sent me a bunch of stuff from him. She sent me a pin that says "I like Ike."
Oh, I love that.
A document that he signed.
I remember those pins.
Yeah.
I wasn't around for them. I just remember, like, I think on Happy Days or something. I saw.
Yeah, I've seen that, and then and so I got one of those, and I got some documents that he signed, and I put it on a frame, and I have to hang it up still, but I got it.
That's great.
And a stamp. She gave me a stamp.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
She's a really nice lady.
Did you ever go to Washington, D.C.?
No, because it's just during this. Just the whole heated climate with everything going on. I was asked to go out there for the Trump thing, and my gut was just telling me don't do it, and I didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't. I don't like to really get into, you know, to each their own, but I don't like to attend rallies. I don't care. I've gone to a couple, but I just get bored and leave after about 45 minutes. I'm not into that. I could do more damage on videos. You know,
right. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to scream and march around with a sign. It's not my style.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So.
No, I hear you. But I got to tell you, I mean, the rally on the 6th was very, very peaceful.
I'm sure it was. I just
peaceful.
don't like it. I don't like being around that many people. I get claustrophobic. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, just saying, because they were saying how, you know, the riots and all, but, you know, and I tell you, I, you know, everybody was heading over to the Capitol, but they started heading over while Trump was still speaking, you know?
Really?
And and I don't know, everybody was just so nice. Nobody was violent, nobody was rowdy, nobody was rude, you know, and that's how, you know, those were not Trump supporters that did that.
Right, of course not, but there was special ops involved in that.
Special ops were involved. It was a sting operation.
So Trump countered that. And
That's
yeah, he
right.
put in some special ops and they came in and they're the ones that took all the computers.
And they got, yep,
So they got everything.
they got everything.
They're done. They're so hosed. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
And then you can see Pelosi. I haven't seen her lately, but the last time I did see her, she was surrounded by U.S. Marshals. It's
Yeah.
obvious. And then
Yeah.
they're swearing in 4,000 troops to be U.S. Marshals. Hello, people. That's for arrest, detaining, and transporting.
Yep.
So they're doing it.
Yep. It's happening.
Yeah.
We waited, my God, since, I don't know, I think I first started finding out about that there were going to be arrests last March. So, you know, when you wait so long and when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? It's happening.
Yeah. I'm not even worried about it anymore. Honestly, I'm calm.
Yeah.
I'm like so at peace with this now.
Yep.
You know, when the inauguration happened, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, and then I had to put the pieces together. I was like, wait, okay. I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
And now I'm just letting it play out. Just kind of no, it doesn't matter what he signs because I know what it is. I know what they're doing. So it's like, okay, sign more. It's funny.
Now, are we seeing any effects of any of these
I don't
executive
know. I
orders?
mean, I know that I heard they stopped construction at the wall. I heard the Keystone Pipeline they've stopped. I just
Is
don't know.
anybody out of work? I mean, I know that it's talking about banning fracking and
I don't know. I don't know any of those people, but I'm, you know, whatever. It's not, you know, it's gonna get cleared up in my opinion.
yeah, whatever happens, it's definitely going to be reversed and it's going to
Yeah.
definitely be cleared up. Yeah. Wow. So what's new? What's next for you?
What's next? I guess I'm just playing it by ear. I got Nino's Corner.tv and I have Dark to Light, and I'm focused on those two things. I don't want to bite more than I can chew.
Right.
So I'm just taking it easy, and I love my freedom. I love to travel. I have to take breaks and go see my friends in California, go to Phoenix. I like to go to Austin, Houston, Dallas. I have friends all over, and I like to go visit them. And I can
Awesome.
do anything I want to do now through my computer. You know, after, you know, but my dad's like, gosh, you got the easiest job now. I'm like, Dad, do you remember how hard my job used to be? With boxing,
You paid your
you know,
dues.
I was in the pimps and hoes business. You know, I was, the flesh peddling business. I was in the toughest racket there could be for anybody. I'm happy I'm out of it. And then I suffered mountains of depression after the transition into what I'm doing now. And it took me quitting alcohol. So there was a lot of huge steps I had to take in order for these possibilities to come alive in my life.
Yeah.
So, I had to make steps for this to happen. I actually enjoy what I'm doing now, and I love bringing information and truth to people. It's still risky, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're pissing off,
Right.
but it's also, it's a necessary thing. It has to happen. So I'm just very grateful and honored that I could be a part of this movement that's happening for humanity and the shift in consciousness. I'm just happy I can be a part of it.
And I think your career as a boxer, everything that you've been through has actually prepared you to do what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't have had the backbone. I wouldn't have had the spine to do this. Boxing gave me that. It gave me the levels to put my ass on the line and do this.
Yeah.
That's what people are scared of doing. They're scared of losing family members, friends.
I know.
That's what they're scared of. They're not leaders. They're scared to speak their truth. And I'm not at all. So that's not a problem for me. They're scared to be ridiculed and criticized. I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's what boxing gave me.
Well, it's amazing what you're doing. I watch you from the side. I watch your videos. I'm subscribed to you, and I just love it every day when I see you out there doing your thing and red pilling people. It's amazing because you come across the people. You really do. You have that type personality that people can relate to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm having to pull back a little bit now because I feel like I don't want to. What's the word? I don't want to push the envelope too much. I have a lot to say, but I got to pick and choose my battles now. And plus, it's draining. It's draining doing this because you're getting out and talking about this all the time just beats you down. It's like, you
need your breaks.
You can only get on your soapbox so much.
Yeah.
So I pick and choose now interviews, and I try to limit them to where I was once doing 3 or 4 a day. Now I'm just doing one every other day.
There you go.
Trying to give myself some time to recuperate and think about it. and a lot of people contact me, hey, we can do a live, let's do this live, I say yes, and then they contact me that day and I'm feeling beat down and I have low energy and I'm just energetically sick.
Yeah.
And I just tell them I can't do it, and they get mad at me, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I don't feel good, so because it only, doing this every day, 2 or 3, 4 times a day, that just
It's
it just
draining.
drains you.
I mean, God bless Charlie. I don't know how he does it. God bless him.
I don't know. That guy just
But
kicks back with a big smile on his face and he goes for it.
But sometimes I notice he does look tired. Like if
Yeah, yeah. The last 2 that I had with him, he looked really like, he was beat. But I understand. I mean, I get it. I'm there with him. So we all need breaks.
Definitely have to have your breaks. Yeah. And soon we won't have to be talking about this anymore.
I think we're in the transition right now. So I think if people really pay attention, start noticing things on the news, notice that they're pulling back on what they're talking about, or certain personalities aren't there anymore, or just start noticing. It's all going to start happening right now.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, you got to really look, but you'll find it. You'll see it. And then it's going to get more and more obvious as we go.
Exactly.
And then boom, it's just going to be there. We're going to be there.
And I can't wait until they introduce Nasara.
Yeah. Well, we're going that direction. Yeah. I got into XRP and Bitcoin just recently. I never really got into the cryptocurrencies, but I just did. I'm still trying to understand them, but
well,
I just got into that.
From what I hear, the Bitcoin is not going to transition into Nasara. So
that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I heard too.
It's good now. I mean, I know people in my own family who they quadrupled their money with Bitcoin.
Right. But I heard the same thing you heard, is that it's not going to transfer over.
No, it's not going to transfer over. In fact, I just heard that India is banning Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies.
See,
did you hear that?
I did an investment with Bitcoin, and I'm not saying
just
I regret
watch
it, but
no, it's okay. It's all right if you have your money in there. Yeah, you're not going to lose your money. You'll have time to take it out. Just watch it. Like I think right now maybe it's at 33,000.
Yeah.
But just keep an eye on it. And I'm sure when we do transition over, to the QFS, we'll have time.
Yeah.
You'll get your money out.
Yep. And that's why I got into XRP.
Yeah. It's good.
Still don't understand it very well, but we'll see. I like to be ahead of the curve as much as I can.
Yep. I agree with that. And the gold and silver, you getting that too? You should do that.
No, I should, but I mean, I have silver and gold. I have it on me, so I don't know. I mean,
well, if you decide, I'll give you a number of my guy. He's from Swiss America. They've been around for over 30 years. Pat Boone is their sponsor, and I love Pat Boone.
Okay, yeah.
And it's amazing just to have, because like I started purchasing it maybe, I don't know, 2 years ago, and it really has gone up considerably. And they say that gold's going to hit 3,000 an ounce. So
wow, yeah,
that'd be nice.
Yeah, I need to get on that.
That would be nice.
Listen to my own advice.
Yeah. Well, David, thank you so much for taking the time out.
Yeah, anytime, Denise. You're one of the first people I talk to, and you'll always have a place for an interview. Always.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And those roundtables, those were memorable. I look back at those days. I'm like, wow, we were just starting out, just learning.
That's not so long ago. That was just last year.
I know. Do it again. I know. It just seems like, And then we talked to Joseph Gregory Hallett. I don't know what happened.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know.
But he was interesting. I'll tell you that much.
He was.
Yeah, he was. Maybe, you don't know. Maybe he'll pop up. I don't know.
I mean, maybe he was used. He could have been used maybe just to red pill people, with all the information. Yeah. He had a lot of information too. He
did, but we don't know where he's at in this picture. I mean, let's see how it plays out the next year. Who knows with that guy? I don't know. I mean, he could be absolutely nuts. That's definitely a possibility, but man, you never know. Let's see what happens.
Maybe we'll still end up going to the palace in our flip-flop.
Yeah. Oh man. God. We'll see what happens, All
right.
But we'll always do interviews, Denise.
Awesome. And if you ever want to do a roundtable, we'll grab some people. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. You just tell me when, and I'll love to do it with you. Okay. We'll put it on ninoscorner.tv and my YouTube.
That would be awesome. And you got to get into HempWorks. I don't know if you're into that. It's the hemp coffee. It's amazing. I'll talk to you about it because you helped me with the EMF harmonizing stuff. So
yeah.
It's the hemp coffee. it brings clarity. I have ADD, so it actually brings clarity to my mind. It helps me to focus. It's also has, this is a good part, it has an appetite suppressant. So people that actually drink in the
I love my appetite.
well, you don't need that, but
I'm a big dude though. I don't need to like shrink down.
some people need that.
Yeah, I know. I go work out and I'm happy. I love
Yeah,
I tell people, I'm like, I can eat the way I do because I'm 6'5".
that's
And
right.
I comfortably hold 265, like not a problem. So
Yeah, but definitely let me know if you're interested, because they have like all these other products, you know.
got
But
it.
the hemp coffee is huge right now.
Sounds good.
So, all right,
All right, Denise,
enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
you got it.
Okay, take care
All
now.
right, Denise, I just stopped recording. Okay, I'll see you. Just contact me whenever. Just text me.
I will.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
Dave.
sweetheart. All right.
Okay,
Bye.
take care now. Bye.